I'm Caroline Krivenos.
And I'm Carmen Longhurst.
Coming up on today's show,
we take a look at past Oviedo photos
and share a near-disaster story in our school's history. Stay tuned, you're watching Roar TV. Hey Oviedo, today is September 20th, 2022.
Today is our second day of Centennial Week.
1936 was one of Oviedo's first official yearbooks, but they didn't feature any pictures until the 40s.
Here's a montage of those photos from Oviedo's past.
Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me. Nobody but me. Everybody wants my baby, but my baby don't want nobody but me. That's plain to see. Some sweet, sweet, sweetheart, honest, I'm not talking Greek. No one can come between us, I'm his keeper, he's my sheep. Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me. Nobody but me.
The first meeting of the Poetry Club is on Tuesday, September 20th from 2:20 to 3 in room 8226. Meetings will be held every Tuesday at that time. The club is for students to casually discuss and read aloud poetry, as well as share their own poems if they choose. Students can join anytime.
Thursday the 22nd will be the Roaring Twenties Dress-Up Day in celebration of the centennial. There will be a contest for students and faculty and staff for the best dressed. September 23rd will be our 100-year celebration at the home game, and there will be a block party in the back parking lot before the football game hosted by SGA.
Homecoming tickets will be sold in the Commons during both lunches for $40.
Seniors' last day to get your portrait taken at Leonard's Studio is October 1st. Go to www.leonards.com and click on the senior link to schedule your session. You must do this if you want to be included in the senior yearbook. No outside photos will be accepted.
Hey all you beta people, I'm Spencer Malott with this week's Beta Buzz. I'm going to talk about the point opportunities coming up that were mentioned at our last club meeting. Our focus right now is on the swiftly approaching homecoming parade. We are looking for large bags of candy to hand out during the parade. You can bring these to Miss Shea to get your card signed off. You can also volunteer to walk in the parade as a part of Beta Club, handing out the candy that I just mentioned. To join, just text Miss Shea who you are and that you would like to be in the parade. Her number is on the bottom of the point cards. Finally, our last parade opportunity is all about making signs and decorations for our parade float boat. We really want to show people what Beta Club is all about and make our club proud. If you have any questions about what is needed for that, feel free to contact any of our officers or Mrs. Shea. If you really want to go the extra mile, you can absolutely do all of these point opportunities, which would really set your point card up well for this semester. The last volunteer opportunity I have to talk about is the beach cleanup, which is this Saturday at 8:30 a.m. This is a great point opportunity for people who can attend it, and it's always one of our most fun and talked about service opportunities. It's going to take place at Flagler Avenue Beachfront Park in New Smyrna. If you're coming, please wear your Beta shirts. That's all I have for you today. Go Beta!
Now, let's take a look at how a heroic sacrifice of one man left a mark on Oviedo history.
Oviedo High School boasts a long and complex history spanning 100 years in 2 whole school buildings, so it is anything but surprising that many stories of faculty and student past have been lost to time. Considering this, it may be a shock for many of you to learn that in 1962, a plane nearly crashed into and destroyed the school's former location where Lawton Elementary now stands.
On January 15, 1962, Lieutenant Charles Hutgate left from a naval air station in Sanford, and disaster soon struck. His plane experienced an engine failure and began to rapidly lose altitude. He attempted to change course and return to Sanford, but in a cruel twist of fate, just as this happened, the Oviedo School's 2-story tall silhouette came into view.
I was sitting on the west side. I was in English class. I was a junior. And I was staring out the window like this, and all of a sudden, 3 planes appeared in the west, just over treetop level.
With the school that close and his altitude that low, time was ticking and his options were limited.
He couldn't crash short because on the short side of the school was the playground, and that's where all the elementary kids were out there at that time playing.
Ignoring orders from base to bail out and let the school be hit, Lieutenant Hutgate concluded there was only one option: to make the ultimate sacrifice. He sharply turned the plane, crashing it about 100 meters away from the school, saving the school building full of children, but giving his life in the process.
Although the vast majority are completely unaware of this event, the heroic sacrifice of Lieutenant Hutgate is forever memorialized due to the acts of the Oviedo Preservation Project.
In 2021, the Oviedo Preservation Project put together money to fund a historic marker meant to detail the events of the crash. The Preservation Project organized an official unveiling set to take place on March 6, 2021, that began in front of the Lawton House and eventually moved to the marker's location on the Cross Seminole Trail. They even contacted Lieutenant Hutgate's children and told them about the unveiling.
And immediately he says, we got plane reservations to come to the dedication.
The marker, almost poetically, was unveiled by Lieutenant Hutgate's own children and attended by many of the surviving witnesses who were in class during the disaster.
Everybody, without a doubt, thanked him and said that if it were not for his father, we wouldn't be there.
In those few crucial moments before the crash, Lieutenant Hutgate, by redirecting his plane, redirected the course of Oviedo High School history. So next time you find yourself walking around campus, think to yourself about the man who 60 years ago gave his everything for students just like you. This is Matthew Manarino reporting.
That's all we have for you today, Oviedo.
Have a great day
And go Lions!